I met a gypsy.
So you've got a pretty interesting career. So I guess for people that haven't heard of you, so you're a guy that is now running around the top 10 in the 450 class outdoors, not on a factory bike, and you've never had a factory ride, and you've come from like the bottom to just slowly working your way up. So you're in a unique position in the sport right now, in my opinion, because there's not that many guys on privateer bikes in the top 10 for starters. And then if they are, they're guys that are kind of like had rides and not had rides, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you've literally come from the bottom and worked your way up. So I guess it'd be cool just to kind of like go through your career a little bit, because it's an unconventional one at this point.
Yeah, no, it's I always say this, everyone paints their own picture, and we all have a different path. But what's crazy with the sport is like we've had such a different path, but we all end up on the same gate every weekend.
Yeah.
And
that's so true, dude.
That's what I love about the sport. And you can, everyone has their different opinion about it, but you know what? It's how much you want to have. It's how much you want it. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And I was that guy in 2016. I went to Loretta's and I got like 30th overall in Open Pro Sport.
Wow.
Now mind you, like I didn't even start the first moto because I had a bike issue in another class. But I went the following weekend to Unadilla to make my pro debut, and I qualified 36th, and 2 laps in I broke my back. Okay. And that was the same day that Jesse Nelson second moto caused a red flag.
Wow.
Yep. And yeah, that was a rough day. Not only seeing myself go through it, but for Jesse and like that outcome. But Jesse is crushing it to this day. Like, it's so awesome to see his mental health and what he's doing. And then, yeah, I kind of like regrouped. 2017 came out. I did 5 pro nationals, and I was a solid 24th and 25th place 250 rider all day. And I was like on the verge of like going to LCQs every weekend. That was me. And 2018 came, decided to go to the 450 class because we couldn't afford to build a 250 again. And I was that guy that qualified 25th into the mains, and I would get like 28th, 25th. And then we went to Budds Creek, which is my home track, and I finally scored my first ever pro points that day. And I went 19-20. And then 2019 came, switched brands, and that's when I finished. 2019 was the first year that I took moto seriously because I didn't have to go to school. Yeah, at the end of 2018, I did my 2 years of college for my CAD degree, and my parents was like, all right, you did what we asked you to, go chase your dream. I was like, okay. So 2019 was like full focus, and then that was kind of like a breakout year in a way for me. I started getting like 15th overall, and then I got a Privateer Power Award, and then I started almost pulling hole shots, and it's kind of like setting the world on fire for myself, not everyone else, but for myself. And I was like, I can do this. Like, we're literally right there. And I was that kid that got excited when I saw a photo with me and Wilson or me and Tomac, in the same photo. Like that's cool because you're up there. And then 2019 is when I moved to California that winter. And yeah, it kind of kept going from there. 2020 came. Supercross was rough for me. I made my first two mains, and that was cool. And then I had some decent rides in outdoors, but it wasn't what I was capable of. Like, I knew what I could do, but I wasn't on the equipment to do it. And we ended up DNFing motos because bikes were breaking. And then the 21 Honda 450 came out, and that's when I got 10th overall at Pala.
Yeah.
Like that's what really like jump started again for me. And I was like, you know what? I am that guy, and we're going to do this. So then I never had guidance growing up. My dad slapped me on the ass. Go have fun, bud. That's all I got. My parents never pushed me. They're like, depending on how much you want it, that's how far you'll get. I was like, okay. So I got Tony Archer. He former pro. Tony's a badass, hands down. Tony, his mental health is just through the roof. He's all about just like serving life with a purpose. Okay, because if you don't have a purpose, what's the point of doing anything? And Tony has Tony's pro career. He had some really good moments, and he was one of those guys where just not everything worked out. You know, like he was completely capable of doing it, but like some things just didn't line up, because in the sport you need some luck, and he had great luck at times and he was crushing it, and then it was just like bam, that one little thing kind of set back. So Tony, when he came to be my mechanic, it's like a best friend relationship, so that was easy to start with. And he was like, look, with you, we need to calm you down. He was like, yeah, you're fast. Yeah, you have all the skill on a bike, but you move way too much. And I was like, okay. And I took it as an insult. He was like, no, like, just wait and see what I can, like, form you in. He goes like, because you have all the ingredients to do this. And I was like, okay. And we really just focused on slowing down my mind. And his dad was in the military, so Tony growing up has always lived like, do this, this, and this, and you'll get this, and everything is on time. And that's what Tony has brought into my program. And we don't worry about anybody else. We worry about myself and him and what we're doing that day. We go to the track with a plan, and we execute that plan, and then we call it a day. We don't care if other people are staying later in the day, because at the end of the day, what matters is me. And that's been the biggest thing for me this year, is just actually having guidance, sticking to a plan and doing it. And this is how far it's gotten me. And it's crazy because we're still continuing to excel. And I mean, the past 2 weeks I've been in boot camp because I was unhappy with how I rode. Like, I was happy with how I rode at Washougal, but I knew I could do more. And I got passed by a few guys that I felt I shouldn't have got passed by. I was like, I looked at Tony and I was almost like in tears because how angry I was. And I was like, we're going back into boot camp and we're doing this. And he was like, okay, well, we're doing that. And today I finished my 2 weeks of boot camp, and I'll tell you what, I am tired, but on the bike I feel a lot stronger than what I started the season as. And yeah, we got some business to do, because I'm not happy with, honestly, the results I've been getting. I've had a good few motos, but like I need a full day and to get that top 10 result, because I know I can do it. And it's not easy by any means, but if you prepare yourself, you create your own luck. So that's what we're doing.
Dude, you're a fucking gangster. I love that shit.
No, and like I'm not here to like preach or like be inspirational, but it's just like you just got to keep it real with yourself. And that's who I surround myself with. I don't surround myself with people that are like, dude, you're so good this, you're so good at that, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't need you to tell me how good I am at something. Tell me something that I'm weak at, and let me prove you wrong. And that's, yeah, just surround yourself with real people that look out for the best interest in you, and you'll get far in life. That's just a proven fact. And I live by that, and I'm very thankful for how my parents raised me growing up.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.